You can jet or get drowned, homie, mini Draco. I just put a 50 round on it, cool it kit.
Yo, what's up everyone, this is Blue Nova and I'm here to bring you guys a new tutorial on how to get vocal quality like Lil Keed in the song WAVY. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you've been subscribed, stay subscribed because new tutorials are coming very soon. For you guys who don't know, I've also dropped a official sound kit called Galactica. It's available on my site. Just go to the store, click on the sound kits tab and just type in Galactica and it'll be there. All the sounds that I use in my album are included in that sound kit, so you really kind of want to get it. So what I'm going to do is turn off the effects that I have on the vocals and on the master channel, and we're going to do everything one by one. And let's go to the master channel and just turn off these effects and work with the lead vocal. So what I'm going to do is select it, the section, and go ahead and play it. So this is what the raw vocals sound like. Lil Keed isn't using any auto-tune in this type of vocal. It's really just him rapping in his usual tone. So I'm gonna play it raw.
Woo! You can jet or get drowned, homie, mini Draco. I just put a 50 round on it, cool it kit, silencer, damn, ain't no sound on it. Turn your face to a frown, homie. Huh, whoa, I just be shining in rose gold.
So after that, we're gonna use a compressor. So the first thing I usually do is just compress my vocals so everything is just consistent, and then we go in with EQing. So with my attack, I have it right here at 7.66, my release at 60.1, and my ratio at 2.19. I think I mentioned before, most of the ratios for my vocals will usually sit around 2.2, 2.1. So it really just kind of all depends. For the threshold, I just dropped the threshold down to -9.1, and with the threshold, it's just really compressing the vocal to where it's hitting the lowest part of the vocal. So that's all I'm doing. That's what the threshold is here for.
Woo! You can jet or get drowned, homie, mini Draco. I just put a 50 round on it, cool it kit, silencer, damn, ain't no sound on it. Turn your face to a frown, homie. Huh, whoa,
So after that, we're going to move into the next thing. And if you don't have the waves compressor, you can use any compressor and just pretty much copy these values and do the same thing. So with the next thing, we have a parametric EQ2. So the first thing I went ahead and did, sometimes in most of my tutorials, I never usually go about EQing this way. But this is what I did after. So the first thing I went ahead and did was EQ the low out, and then I rolled off the high end. Now some people are asking why I went ahead and rolled off the high end if we're gonna need that. Initially what I went ahead and did was EQ'd it, but what I wanted to do was emulate the sound of Lil Keed, and I noticed that too much high presence was going on, so I just went to the first EQ and rolled it off. So if we're going through everything in the chain, you'll hear how everything's gonna sound. So this was gonna sound like with the first EQ.
you can jet or get drowned, homie, mini Draco. I just put a 50 round on it, cool it kit, silencer, damn, ain't no sound on it.
So after that, we're going to go into using a parametric EQ2. Now what we're doing, just EQing a decent amount. In some rap vocals, you don't want to EQ way too much of the low end and mid frequencies. But so what we're doing right here, just cutting in around 170, 249, 363, and right here at 678, and we're just cutting barely anything. So really around 2.83 decibels is usually how much I cut when I EQ, and just rolling off the low end again. And right here we're boosting at around the 8,000 region, so 8,812, and we're boosting that up by 6 decibels.
Woo! You can jet or get drowned, homie, mini Draco. I just put a 50 round on it, cool it kit, silencer, damn, ain't no sound on it. Turn your face to a frown, homie. Huh, whoa, I just be
Now after that, we're gonna use another Waves plugin, which is the SSL channel by Waves. So what we're doing right here is just boosting the high end frequency. What I noticed in Lil Keed's vocals, I was trying to understand how it sounded soft but also had some high end presence. And what I was able to find out was that there's some airiness going on in his vocals with the EQing. So in order to get that, you want to EQ around the 14K region to around 15K. And what I did was really just went in and boosted it a lot. So I boosted that up by 12 decibels. And After doing that, you're gonna see why I boosted it that much later. But just for now, this is how much I boosted it. And right here with the high mid frequency, I just dropped it down by -3 decibels. So although we're boosting in the high region, we're also taking away in the high mid frequency, and we're taking that around 4.26. And what we're doing, just also boosting some low mid frequency. So I'm boosting that up by 2 decibels, and that's affected right here at 0.50. And right here, I didn't mess with the other knobs in this section. So really, these are the 3 most important things to note. Now I'm gonna play with it.
Woo! You can jet or get dry, homie, mini Draco. I just put a 50 round on it, cooler kit, silencer, damn, ain't no sound on it.
So you can hear there's a lot of high end frequency going on and a lot of sibilance, but we're gonna take care of that soon. So what we're doing next is gonna be a fruity limiter, and what we're doing is just getting the overall fullness of the sound. So once you load it in, just leave the attack alone, put the release all the way down to 0, and the ahead, you can keep that around 9.89. For the ceiling, I dropped it down to -3 decibels. That's usually where I start all my vocals at. Then later, I might just drop it down in the mixer. So what I'm doing, just increasing the gain, which is essentially the volume, and just making sure it's hitting the ceiling.
Woo! You can jet or get dry, homie, mini Draco. I just put a 50 round on it, cooler kit, silencer, damn, ain't no sound on it. Turn your face to a frown, homie.
Now after we have that, we're gonna take care of the sibilance using the Escher stereo by Waves, and all I'm doing is just dropping it down by -17.2, and the frequency is set at 5,506, sidechain selected on high pass, and that's it.
Woo! You can jet or get dry, homie, mini Draco. I just put a 50 round on it.
After that, I noticed that there's some delay in Lil Keed's vocals. So with the delay, most of the time if I add a delay to a lead vocal, I usually filter the cut, but the cut on his delay isn't filtered. So he usually just lets it stand out. For the volume of the feedback, you just want to make sure that it's low, but not way too low. Just make sure it's there. You don't want to turn it down too much. For the feedback, you want to make sure it's selected on ping pong so that you can hear the delay panning left and right. And also, the delay is coming in kind of fast, so you just want to make sure, as far as your tempo goes, just make sure that it's set. Whatever the tempo is in your session, that's where it's going to reflect on. And for the OFS, this basically kind of offsets it, which kind of adds a stereo imaging to the for the delay, so it makes it spread out wider. And I noticed that's something Lil Keed had in his vocals, so you want to make sure that's turned to around 16.7 milliseconds to the right.
Woo! You can jet or get dry, homie, mini Draco. I just put a 50 round on it, cooler kit, silencer.
So the delay cuts back really short, and that's what the feedback is doing right here. The very last thing is just adding a fruity reverb too, and what we're doing is just making sure the wet level is around 20%. The stereo separation, I turn it all the way to the left, and just making sure your decay time, make sure you don't have it going for too long. So I have it set to around 1.4. For rap vocals, you don't want to have a long tail delay. You just want to have something very short, and size the room all the way to 100. And just to save time, you can really just freeze the screen and copy the settings. But I'm gonna play, and also you can go ahead and get the vocal kit on BlueNovaBeats.com. The raw vocals will be inside, so you guys will have the physical thing to work with. And this is what it's gonna sound like.
Woo! You can jet or get dry, homie, mini Draco. I just put a 50 round on it, cooler kit, silencer.
So the very last thing, just working with the ad-libs, and that comes in with the hook. So what you want to do is pretty much go back to the first EQ that we have, and we're just rolling off that high end frequency some more. When he says wavy in the hook, there's not too much high presence, so you just want to make sure you're rolling off a good amount in there. So we're gonna move to that section, and let's just play from right here.
She so
wavy,
Chanel belt, hold that thing up. I'm so
wavy,
King Tut, I'm doing
wavy.
And the delay for it is actually increased a little bit more, so make sure you're bringing up the volume a little bit more so that it stands out. For the feedback, you want to make sure that you turn that up some more so that you can hear the feedback continuing with the delay. And that's pretty much all you want to do. And for the reverb settings, it's pretty much the same as the lead vocal, but for the damp level, you just want to make sure that's turned up to around 4.5, and the decay time is just turned up to around 3.9 seconds, and that's pretty much it. So that you're gonna have a long-tailed reverb, and playing it all together with the instrumental and then with the master channel. For the master channel, we're just adding a brick wall EQ, and this is cut at 16K. Most of my other tutorials are usually around 15K, but I have it set at 16K. And the very last thing is just a fruity soft clipper, and that's it. So I'm gonna play the vocals together with the master and the instrumental.
She so wavy, Chanel belt, hold that thing up. I'm so wavy, pink cut, I'm the real Prince Slime. I'm so wavy, hope you niggas can't put it on with these clothes. We get wavy.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you liked this tutorial, go ahead and thumbs up. The vocal preset is available on the site, so make sure to get it there. If you have any other suggestions, put in the comment section what you want to see next. And if you need a song mix and master, just go to bluenovabeats.com, go to the contact form on the very bottom of the page and send me a message there. And like I said, my sound kit is out, so make sure to cop Galactica too. But I'll catch everybody on the next video.
Woo! You can jet or get drowned, homie, mini Draco. I just put a 50 round on it, cool it kit, silencer, damn, ain't no sound on it. Turn your face to a frown, homie. Huh, whoa, I just be shining in rose gold, winning streets like hope.